Oh, wow. I think I'm recording. This. No matter what way I go to record this video, it is the wrong way. Um, there's no two ways about it. No matter what way I record this video, it's the wrong way. But I'm recording this video on OBS with my bad quality camera, with my bad quality lighting, with my bad quality microphone on a pretty decent computer. And I'm looking over here. This monitor right here has been with me since the start. It's the monitor that I started using when I first came over onto YouTube 5 years ago. And I've coming up on, I believe, having this channel for, is it 5 years this year? Or 4 years this year? 5 years this year. And I'm going to give you guys the origin story of the channel. And I'd appreciate if you guys watch this whole video properly. Listen, I don't have a lot, for those who want to leave the video and start understanding what the hell's going on. I've been posting on this channel for a very long time, and it's actually been a big part of my life. I go back talk to my family, and they all know that this has been the biggest thing. So on the weekends, it's always sport, and just enjoy my sport on the weekends and watching all sorts of different sport. And then on the Saturday, on the Monday, it's straight back into working on the Tradders channel. And I think the thing that I've always had has actually been media skills. So I do radio, and I was trying to get into TV. And so I've always been more of a presenter, and I also have ADHD. And people with ADHD get very, very bored when we're not challenging ourselves. So for you lot watching my channel, you might ask, why does this change every few weeks? And it's just because I kept challenging myself. I hate being bored. I hate going through and being in my comfort zone. My comfort zone is not a place that I'm actually comfortable being in. I'm always like to be on the edge and test myself. And I get bored when I'm not doing that. In 2021, 2022 was the 2022 was the last year that I was able to play sport. And I'll tell you why. I would go and walk out there to field or to bat or to kick a ball or whatever. And I get through warm-up quite well, body feeling good. And probably about 5 minutes into the game, that's when my feet would go. And the muscle in my feet, and I kid you not, my full foot would just be cramping. And then it would go up into my calves. And then it would go into the top part of my thighs and my hamstrings. Then into my lower back. My lower back after a game would die. Then my neck has been weak for years and years and years and years. In fact, my entire life. And I never stopped getting neck cramps and arm cramps. And my whole body would just be this cramp. So I would have to play sport through an entire cramp. And then unfortunately, I had to make the call that I'd have to quit. And the thing about that last year of me playing sport was not only did I have to experience some things with friends that was a bit difficult. It went to, having a very large group of friends and have a big friendship group to me not actually being at school at the time. I was doing homeschool. Obviously, that's all over now. But I never managed to get back to school. But I experienced things of having a friendship group and then going through that very weird phase of you would message people online, you want to hang out, and you just don't get anything back. You just don't. And so that year was the year that I brought my channel back after probably a 9-month hiatus. And since then, I haven't stopped working on the Tradders channel. In one way or another, I have been working on this channel and just sharing my passions. To be honest, I've been here sharing my passions. And in 2021, it was like a gameplay walkthrough channel inspired by Zach Scott Games. In 2022, it was a channel that was just talking about playing Fortnite. And I was enjoying Fortnite again in Chapter 3 and Chapter 4. And we're making random videos with a guy called Wildside. And I was just making content and enjoying and loving the idea of entertaining people and loving the process of putting a video out. And then in 2023, I think I went sim racing mode. And I was racing for probably about a year and a half, which was 14 months. And posting videos here on the Tradders channel. And you guys only saw the highlights, but I actually, at one point, was doing about 5-6 races a day for a period of 2 months, accumulating an I rating of about 2.5. I was a grinder, but I was also testing myself, and I was able to be competitive, and I've had a car passion for a very long time. And then in the late 2023, I came back and I reconnected with my buddy Jude. And that was very positive for me, because up until then I hadn't talked to a lot of people. I've always had a lot of close friends, but with close friends, how everyone's busy and you consider people friends and stuff like that. And I hadn't talked to Jude for a while, and then I talked to Jude, and we started playing Fortnite and started streaming and making other gaming videos again. That accumulated into starting an esports team called HLS. Hills Elite Esports, which was just going back to our roots and a way of learning how to be competitive in gaming and try and give young people an opportunity to compete and represent a team and be part of a team. Unfortunately, we couldn't afford to pay people, so we were forced to deal with younger, talented kids, which that was just a difficult time. To be completely honest, that was just a difficult time, and we learnt a lot about ourselves, I think, in that time. And in co-owning and running a team, I learnt so much about myself, and I also learnt that I had I always been told I have a great leadership, a great business mind, and I was able to go and test my leadership skills and try and hopefully at one point in the team at the time was try and work out how I could get to a business point of view. And then after that, I actually called a timeout on the sim racing content because it was too much pressure on myself to perform in racing. I'm so competitive, it's not even funny. And my entire dream was always about being a professional athlete. And so, like I said, throughout this entire time, one way or another, I've been creating content on Tradders. And the really unfortunate part is that I've had so much time on each one of those niches to the point where YouTube's cooked the channel. And I spend a long time. Stats are my favorite. I actually do everything I do is for the stats. So I'll play video games and say I have this many hours on the game because I love the stat. I do YouTube for the stats and for my love of entertaining, because if you get good stats back from when you're entertaining, that's and that's sport, right? Like my dream was to play 100 games with the Crows, and then another side dream was to play Test match cricket, just Test match cricket full stop. And obviously, I actually never had the absolute talent. I was pretty good at footy. I made it to some tryouts for the higher level team, which was the team that you'd go through to get drafted to the AFL. So I'm still very proud of that. I've got to try and give you guys a bit more of an idea, but I do it for the stats, and I also do it for the love of entertaining. And I'm not, unfortunately, one of the people that can keep doing things when videos aren't doing well, because I want to do what I'm doing and I want to get really appreciated for it. I want people to come up to the street and say, "Hey, I really appreciate what you're doing," because that fuels me to keep going. And that's not saying that I don't have a lot of passion for just making the videos and just entertaining. This year has been the most crazy year of my life. I lost my pa this year. I have come up with crazy illness and battling through the actual physical pain that I've had to deal with all year. I had a fit type episode this year where I woke up entering an ambulance, and that was the last thing I kind of remember about that little moment, and that was scary. And then having a bunch of MRIs, a bunch of work done, I guess, lots of progress, and unfortunately it's just when you feel rubbish all the time to try and entertain. And so the unfortunate part was this year, about 7 months ago, I was probably at the top of what I've ever been at. And, streaming, and we did 700 subscribers in 1 month, and I would average about 20 viewers on my live streams, which, ridiculous. And to see the chat flowing and to see you lot enjoying it. And I came in with a content strategy, and I came in to try and get discoverability. The unfortunate part is that my channel was so limited. So I actually did a lot of things right and produced some pretty great content, but my channel is so limited in the reach that YouTube will give me, because let me explain why I have to quit on this channel. One, when I post a video, there's a bunch of different spots to where the video will get pushed to. And I only want one. If I'm making a Fortnite video, I want that video to only go to Fortnite people who are watching Fortnite. When I'm making a video about GTA 6, I want it to go to pretty much anyone who's seen anything to do with GTA 6. So very broad. The unfortunate thing about YouTube in terms of the stats and in terms of what I can look at on my channel and understand, and the interaction with the unsubscribed numbers have been a lot higher than the subscribed numbers. We haven't been able to build a bigger audience for months, and probably about 6 months. And the truth is because it's sending it to people who want Fortnite, people who want sim racing, and it's just not been able to send it to the right audience, which is disappointing. So with that, unfortunately, with my channel being old and going through so many different niches, it's GG's. I'm trying to do GTA 6, and I've put videos out, and I've done keywords, and I've done thumbnails, and I've done a video that I feel like was very high quality. And I've had a lot of time to reflect on why that video's performance didn't do well, and this is what I've come up with, and this is something that I've understood for probably about 2-3 months. But I've also felt that I'll be able to get on the other side of it. But I actually just think I don't get to control that. I can do what I can do, and YouTube can do what YouTube's gonna do. And obviously the algorithm, it's not like there's one little guy, a man or a woman sitting at the desk and going, yeah, this video goes here. The algorithm's very self-automated. And so weird things will happen to accounts, and YouTube don't 100% know, because their algorithm is still learning. It's very, very different. And so for people who don't understand it, they're not going to understand it. So, yeah. It's done. And I'll write up some words just thanking people, because it's been a very long journey in the Tradders channel. But the reason that I'm probably not bawling my eyes out, because I wouldn't say I cry too much, but you know, I've spent 4 years on this channel non-stop, and this year was the most successful year the channel's ever seen, and this has also been the toughest year I think I've ever had in my life. And I think I say it's the toughest year I've ever had in my life. I say 2022 was the toughest year I've ever had in my life. But this year was so tough because there was so many ups and so many downs, and you just don't know how to feel. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just don't know what to do. And I've had that for a lot of this year, of trying to improve myself every single day. And I still believe that. And I said it on live stream to all you guys and girls 7 months ago. And I said it every single day. I said, you know, I am far from perfect, and I obviously show my best side on camera. You know, you lot can love the side that I've got on camera, but when I go out that door and I'm back with my family, you know, I'm still trying to show that side and make that my natural side, because obviously at some point I am presenting, and that's the truth with any creator. And you show your absolute best side online. Well, some people show their worst, but I was 100% showing my best side and trying to implement that into my real life. And I feel like I have succeeded. I'm a happy person, and I always have been a happy person, but everyone has their ups and downs. So that's a message that I want to leave here on the Tradders channel. There's a playlist from my best videos that I've spent a lot of time in, and I feel like they really represent all areas of what the Tradders channel has been over years and years and years. And you can watch that below me. It's only a tough thing to do, but there's a really positive thing on the other side. And I will keep the Discord open for you lot to connect with me and connect with each other. But I can't leave a full catalogue of videos on my channel because I need to move forward. And you might be able to see by the shirt that and your Bathurst is on the TV. I'm just taking a few minutes to record this, and I'm absolutely motorsport and car nuts, and it has been since I popped out of the womb, to be completely honest. And that entire time, I've dreamt of building cars, doing projects, making content about cars. And we've bitten the bullet, and we're going cars. And there's a channel that is called The Not So Mechanic, which is my channel. And I'm excited for the future because it's been my dream to do this. I don't think I've made that a secret. That if anyone around me knows that I am a car nuffy, absolute car nuffy. So the Not So Mechanic is the new brand. I'm the Not So Mechanic because I actually don't know much about the internals of cars, but I just love cars. I love motorsports, and I know a fair chunk of, in terms of racing, in terms of talk about anti-roll bar, and we talk about anything to do with cars and the way they work in terms of brake rotors and in terms of the very core parts of what the car does. I'm actually pretty good, but in terms of getting my hands dirty and going and building things is something that I'm here to learn, and that's what I'm here to do. And it's difficult, and I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to say, because I just got to say thank you. We didn't reach 1,000 subscribers. We might never reach 1,000 subscribers on this channel. But I'll tell you what, I fucking put 4 years of blood, sweat, and tears into this channel. And it's one of those things where sometimes a video underperformed and I was super proud of it, and that absolutely killed me. And I've been trying. And you guys have got to see how resilient I have been for 4 years. And I'm actually not giving up. I'm just trying something else. And will this channel make a return one day? I don't think so. I think if I come back under the Traddus name, I have to create a brand new account. And it will be on GTA 6. So... Wow. It's been a really long... It's been a really... Wow. And I'm not going to be able to say all the words I want to say. I don't think I did anything wrong. I think I've been young and I'm still young, and I think you can and I've got ADHD, and so when things aren't testing me, I get bored, and so I could in hindsight say just stick with what you've got, and at one point I should just stick with sim racing, or I should whatever. But I couldn't have done it. I really couldn't have, and that's difficult, right? And unfortunately, it's just killed the channel. So the video is getting pushed to too many different people, and it's not going to the right audience. And I did that in sim racing as well. I had the audience going to Fortnite audiences, and I managed to build a few hundred subscribers on it. And my best month before this year on YouTube was on sim racing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's a very weird feeling because I've been Traddus and I've been doing this for a very long time. But I don't know what to do now. Oh, I do know what to do. It's a new step. It's a new chapter. I'm building cars. I'm fixing cars. I'm selling cars, and I'm filming it. And I've learnt every bit of my craft on this channel. So I owe everything to the brand that I built and everything that I've become and the person I've become, because my life struggles and every little moment that I'm going through in terms of how my emotions are and me as a person and my growing, a lot of my major growing as a person has been I've been making videos on this channel, and that's the one thing. This channel, the Crows, Jack Doohan, people who I've supported in sport, and not even the channel, just the name of the channel. I mean, not even that. This channel started as a channel called Ollie's Gaming, and in 2022, I think I rebranded it. It's special. It's a special channel. It's a special place. I built a special community. And want to give this video, keep it raw. And I've just got to say thanks for letting me be here. But I mean, I've also got to say not thanks. I've got to say thanks to the people who are real supporters of the channel. What I was saying. Sorry, no, can't be 100% raw now. But yeah, just thanks for people who are supporters of the channel, because there are a few of you here. I had one bloke in the Discord server that was saying he's been here for a while, and I really appreciate him if he's saying what he's done, and I appreciate all the HLS lads as well. You lot are real good lads. Obviously I think me, Jude, and Wildside, we picked the right people to join the team. You lot are some pretty cool characters, and you've been around my brand as well. So I owe it to I'm not going to say individual names, because you can feel like you've had a part of this channel, and I'll give it to you. If you've been here for a year, you've been here for 6 months. I've got new guys coming in, like we got new people that have come in. I've had a mental blank. And they've been some of the biggest supporters of the channel, and biggest supporters of me and me as a person. And I went through the most difficult time of my life on this channel twice, 2022, 2020, 2025. And in there, it hasn't been easy. I've got to be completely honest. I'm a person that needs to sometimes just accept that it hasn't been easy. And I'm not going to go and look to all the positives at that time, because I'm just going to focus on the fact that it hasn't been easy. And, there are so many positives, but I have been a little bit unlucky, and I'm hoping that in the future years I can change that, turn it around, and live the life I want to live. Because I think I'll be more happy if I can have a career around cars, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what's crazy is there was only 2 things that I would say every year, and the 2 things I would say every year were the Crows are going to win the flag, which hasn't happened in my lifetime, and that the channel was going to get to 1K subs this year. And I'd say it every year. When I started, the first start of the year, I'm like, this is the year we do it. And I'll tell you what, I bloody tried. I tried my absolute best. And let me know if you've watched this video so far. Oh, one bloke I've got to say I do owe it to is Davo and Cruz and Jude. Even Wildside. I'll give it to Wildside. There's a lot of, that bloke fucked me around quite a bit, and certainly not over with it's a confusing one, but look, I owe it to him, and I'm not gonna, I'm not a stupid bloke. I'm not gonna come here and I'm not gonna say that that people who help with the channel that perhaps I'm not cool with right now, I'm not gonna go in. I'm not gonna say they're not. Credit to Wildside, credit to Jude, Helix, Mr. Probot. Like I said, Cruz and Davo. Davo has been there literally since the start of the channel, which is crazy. Like, I think this channel was at 20 subs, and Davo's commenting, going, keep going. And I appreciate Davo. He's been a mod for the channel for a very long time. And hopefully he'll enjoy the new stuff as well. We can get him over to the Not So Mechanic. Because I've got a big project, massive project that I've just purchased. I can't believe I did that. It was a bit of an oops in an auction, but it's coming down the driveway. So don't bid in an auction if you don't want to win the car. Which I did want to win the car, I just wasn't 100% convinced, but I bid, and I spent $1,000 on an old car, which I'm not going to reveal because it's only a few days away for the Not So Mechanic. I mean, look, even Aloe, I'll give it to Aloe. To be fair, he was I think I had like 20 odd subs come directly from his channel at one point when we were making content and stuff together. Like I said, there's so many people I could probably owe it to. My mum, my dad, my sister have all been very big, and it's just in supporting me for being here for so long. And I think I wouldn't have been here for so long if I didn't have Jude, if I didn't have Cruz or Crazy or whatever, and Davo and Wildside at the start. I don't think the channel would continue without those people, and the channel also wouldn't continue without my mum, my dad, my sister. I love entertaining, but I'm going to end the video at 25 seconds. So only a few seconds left from videos being uploaded on this channel, and it's a bit emotional, but just thank you.